Yeah, I'll introduce you in Chinese. 所以大家好，这个今天好像暂时没有太多外国人过来哈，不知道可能他们还要再等一会儿。现在威廉的话，他是西班牙人，他有一个 YouTube 频道，录了很多 SuperMemo 相关视频，他还有一个播客频道。我也去那个播客那边录过一次节目，基本是关于学校教育如何结束学校那种制度，或者如何摆脱学校影响的。他自己也是一个 SuperMemo 的长期用户，他用了差不多10多年 Anki， 然后在2020年开始转用 SuperMemo， 到现在已经1年多了。所以对，如果大家有什么想问的问题的话，可以问，然后可以帮大家翻译一下，或者大家也可以愿意的话，也可以开麦说英文。No problem. Awkward. Actually, do you have any question for the Chinese audience?
Yes. If they have ever heard the expression or what they think free learning is.
Okay, good one. So, 大家对于自由学习有什么看法吗？
Yeah, you can write if you want, and use a translator.
Or you can 如果你也可以直接说中文，我觉得也不要紧的，这个用中文讨论，毕竟这大部分都是中国人嘛，所以大家不用闭麦，不用那么正式，稍微随便的讨论一下就好。
可以说中文是吧？
对啊，你想说就说呗。
好。
如果你一个在那个默默那儿工作的，你居然跟我说你不会说英文，
真的不会啊！我这就是学校教育的失败品，好吗？
好吧，我看到你那个回答了。
然后就是沃兹不是有说过吗？就是学习和那个项目之间要取得一个平衡，要不然你的学习就感觉漫无目标嘛。那这种自由学习，它这个目标就可能不知道大家自己有没有什么就是在学习中的目标是怎么确定的？
Okay. So how do you set goals in free learning? How do you balance between the goals, objectives, your interests, and all those kind of stuff in free learning? Yeah.
Okay, this is while you are in the school or when you are absolutely free?
I guess yeah, you can answer whatever you want. I would probably say that everybody here is sort of in the school system and how do you say it?
Yeah.
Well, the guy who just opened his mic, he is the sort of the lead translator of SuperMemo Guru. Nice. And Andy Matuszek and those stuff. But but he said he's kind of he's kind of under school's bad influence and cannot really speak English that well. So yeah. What do you think, Ian?
How to set goals in free learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what happens is that you're constrained, limited to the goals you have on your degree, high school, or whatever you're studying. But what you can do is learn and study what you want on the side. Am I speaking at a good pace for the translator?
What does everybody think? Everybody can understand. 不是，大家能听懂吗？大家觉得他语速会不会太快？什么的？
So, for instance,
回复啊，喂。Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, for instance, when I was your age and I was in the same position as you are, most of the people here will be. I was studying and cramming as well, but I was also learning a language because it was fun for me. I was not learning that language because I needed it for school or whatever. So I set the goal. My goal would be to learn this language so I can understand videos, watch Netflix, YouTube, and so on. Is someone here interested in language learning outside of the school?
I'm of course, I'm one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see that, but I'm not sure. Does anybody else? Okay, I'll just be speaking Chinese one little bit. Okay， 大家如果能说英文的话，我觉得可以试一下。虽然会紧张，但是不管怎么样，总是有第一次，总是需要练习一下的。说的慢一点或者怎么样都不要紧，我觉得。Yeah, I just told them to speak English if you can. It doesn't really matter if you speak slowly and stuff. Yeah.
And people here are familiar with SuperMemo Guru?
I suppose there are people from the translation team.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, 这有多少人是翻译组过来的？因为名字都不一样，跟那个群里，所以我一个都不认识，除了叶哥。
Quite a lot. Nice. They are familiar. Okay, then may I ask, then you may know a lot of information already, but my question is, can you implement those ideas on your life, on your surroundings, your society?
Yeah, good one. 大家觉得 SuperMemo Guru 的，就是读到的东西能用到生活中吗？Actually, I might be speaking a little bit here because my experience is SuperMemo Guru practically it's frankly the best sort of self-help thing I've ever read. Yeah, I used to be reading a ton of those self-help books, whether on psychology or just general health books, but frankly, SuperMemo Guru is just the only one that is actually able to help my life. Yeah, those sort of creativity cycles and the importance of pleasure in learning. Frankly, just the pleasure of learning is not a thing that many people talk about. So, yeah, that's quite an eye opener for me. Yeah, by the way, I was having food and I was eating food and now I'm just walking in the snow. So.
Okay, someone is asking which rules are you referring to? Okay, that was a.
Jigsaw. Okay, I think Jigsaw means some of the SuperMemo Guru stuff is a little bit strict on other people on society, like maybe doing prioritization or rational procrastination. Those kind of stuff sort of doesn't just require that yourself need to act on a little bit. Maybe somebody else also need to act in accordance to you. So, yeah, that is kind of difficult to achieve, at least for him. I don't feel the same.
Okay.
Probably at least for now, yeah.
And what other people think about this? So, for instance, what you are studying now, have you decided to study this? So let's say you are studying economics. Have you chosen this or your parents or any other person?
Good one. Yeah. 那时候你学的东西我也很好奇，你是自己选的还是家人压力？
可能是我觉得是一种兴趣吧，就是我之前高中的时候也是读一些经济上的读物，然后发现挺感兴趣的，所以说选这么一个方向。
Okay, yeah, he says he's already interested before college, like in high school. He already read economic stuff.
Okay.
I'm pretty much the same case actually. Yeah, or just going study business, those sort of kind of. Yeah, it's really difficult to pin down why I chose that, but I guess there are definitely some influence from other people.
Yeah, but it's your own decision. That was my question, more
Of
like.
course, it's my own
Yeah.
decision. I mean, yeah, we're not gonna get too philosophical and arguing if there's any free will in there, I suppose.
Because I guess that people are reading what Piotr Wozniak says in SuperMemo Guru, but they cannot implement these because the difference in society,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah, I suppose that's the case.
yeah, my question is, now that you have this small community, do you think you can improve the situation on your society?
Well, for me, it's like, no, it's not really possible. Wozniak's idea is just too extreme.
What I mean?
It is good. It is really helpful for me, but it's still too extreme for the whole society. I mean, yeah.
Okay, for instance, in my podcast, I had one guest from Taiwan. I know there's some politic difference here, but at least they have they are getting some changes in the laws about education.
Mm.
Do you think that may happen as well in mainland China?
No, just no. Yeah, it's crushing. The current administration is crushing definitely harder on education. It's just so dumb. They're saying that students should be, I don't know, don't have too much waste on their shoulder, but it's still, but they're not really fixing the problem from the root. It's still, I don't know. It's just sort of making their life easier. It's really not making students' life any easier. And yeah, also I'll be translating the chat a little bit because he says Jigsaw says collectivism is a thing, and yeah, well, the translation it's actually pretty well. And guys,你们说的中文都好高端啊，这个翻译也挺，这个翻译也挺。
Yeah, everyone listening, feel free to ask any question you have.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Just I don't know. I didn't expect this would be that awkward. A little bit awkward, at least.
You can use the chat as Jigsaw is doing.
OK， 我有点想问的就是，关于之前有一个老哥，就是那个 experimental learning， 他是去 Reupload 的那个，他说他不是学了2年的编程嘛，然后最后就是从零开始自学编程，然后到去 Reupload 这样的公司，好像是远端上班吧，还是挺好的这么一个待遇，然后。这2年他是通过自由学习的吗？还是什么？还是说有一个方向去引导？
基本他挺自由学习，但是我觉得他更像是偏项目一点。他那个文章里也提到很重要，就是你应该把90%时间花在你的项目上。我觉得他是脑子里有或者自己经常有一个项目在这边学习，才效果那么好。我觉得这个比较关键。
就可能他是有一个 passion。或者说有一个 a big goal， 是吧？可能这不是完全自由啊，我不知道那个William怎么办？
你不能说这个不是完全自由。为什么热情不算是自由呢？为什么热情不算是怎么束缚吗？或者有一个自己的项目，我现在学编程也很重要一个原因，是因为我有我自己的项目。
对，挺奇葩，就是说你一定要有一个 新区东西
不是一定要有你有这个的时候，你就自然会去学编程。我觉得这个是关键。因为你有一个自己的，你有个自己想做的项目的时候，然后你有一个相对自由的环境，你就会自己开始想做。你不一定就是我觉得目标这个东西有点被太神化了。有些时候目标是那种就是很自然的产生的，你知道吧？不是一定要刻意下一个目标，一定要下一个自己要感兴趣的目标，或者自己要做这件事的目标，不是自己一定要有一个项目目标。有些时候你有这个需求或者有这个兴趣，自己就会产生。
OK， 明白了。
所以叶哥如果在的话，其实我也很想问一下哈，你翻译这些东西，你昨天说是为了你昨天主要是有工作上的原因，我也很好奇具体工作上的原因是怎么样的。为什么工作上的原因要翻译这些似乎相当理论化 ，Andy 和 was 这类的东西。
怎么说呢？我刚想说英语，现在你问这个问题，我突然就想不到英语。
那你说英语吧。Please speak English. I'm fine with it. Yeah. Go ahead. Don't be shy. I'm sure your English is good enough to speak.
Because
Come on, just let him speak. Yeah, come on, just let him speak.
I want to translate those stuff of those statistical stuff for work because we need some transformative creature to improve, make some new product, but no limit in our have developed application.
Yeah, also a little bit background, Guillaume. He is working for a flashcard company, sort of. Oh, no, not really. A flashcard app for memorizing English vocabulary, and he needs to research those tools for his job, I suppose. Oh, Guillaume, have you read a lot of Andy's stuff?
Sorry, about Andy?
Andy Matuszczak, yeah.
Andy.
You know him much?
Yeah.
Andy.
Andy. A little, yeah. Yeah. Let me ask one question. That it doesn't need to be inside SuperMemo what you learn. For instance, Winston learned a lot of English when playing Minecraft, a video game.
Yes.
Yeah. If you can ask this, if people here are playing video games and can learn from that.
I'm not sure too many people would have the same experience, frankly.
Or if they watch YouTube or any other thing.
I suppose that's a no, because most people here, I think they use the Chinese internet more, so
yeah, I mean
not too much English.
Okay.
Yeah, I play video game. Okay, well, I'll use Chinese a little bit. 我也是玩的，我就是玩 Minecraft 就是为了玩的，但是也不是说一定要。我当时玩的时候根本没有想过目标是学英语，但是就是玩了3年之后，然后也在 YouTube 上看了3年英文视频之后，就自然学会了。所以说之前叶哥在问那个目标的时候，我一直在想，就是目标真没那么重要，目标真没那么重要。有些时候你不把它当成一个目标，你才能你才会那种无意识的怎么说到那个阶段。Yeah, I was saying, I wasn't thinking of learning English as a goal of playing Minecraft, really.
Yeah, actually, good point. It was not the goal. It just happened. The goal was...
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, the goal was just having fun.
Yeah. The thing is, yeah, remember there's a thread in SuperMemo Wiki, something about myth of objectives. Remember that?
Yeah.
Alex was talking about this quite often, and I frankly agree with it. Because a lot of times setting goals is really a hurdle to yourself. Many of those things that you achieve in your life, you really cannot be planned. Yeah, like the subtitle of the book, like the greatness can be planned. Success cannot be planned. It's something happened on the side, in my opinion, at least. What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree on that. It's what is called serendipity. I don't know how that could be translated.
Serendipity.
I don't know how that could be translated to Chinese.
机缘巧合. Yeah, there's a 4-letter for character thingy for that.
Yeah, so even if the most important aspect of the video game is just entertainment, you still get something. For instance, if the video game is in English and it's a shooting game, let's say, the language aspect is very little, but it's still there.
The most important thing about that's true. You know what? That's also the thing for me for learning. The most important thing about learning for me, it is entertainment. The same for coding. The same for frankly, everything. That is all about, not really entertainment, but really fun, pleasure. I do this because I like it, and not really. I have a grand goal of being the most successful learners in the world.
Yeah, exactly. So that's good to make it more explicit.
That's the thing. I mean, it is about entertainment, indeed.
Yeah. So it is about the direction of the objective. What I mean by that is that I don't have a goal to learn English, and since I have a goal to learn English, I will look for material, videos, TV shows, video games, and so on, just for the sake of learning the language. No, I do the opposite. I have a goal of doing this that I like, playing that video game, or watch this movie, or going in this server and talk to people. And since I want to talk to these people, I will be motivated to learn that language. Now in my case would be Chinese.
Yeah. Good luck. I'm really hoping for that in 10 years you could be joining this event.
Yeah, if you can translate this in voice.
Oh yeah, of course. 他说就是他没有把学英语当成一个目标，他如果他找资料玩他找来那种视频，电视剧拿来看的话，主要是因为需要跟人交流，所以这也是他现在学英语的原因，他的目标是跟人交流。Yeah, that's about it. I mean, that's true. Talking to people, that's like the language is a tool and talking to people is the goal for the tool. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, if you learn a language and only be able to talk to people from 2,000 years ago, maybe like Latin, it's kind of difficult.
But sometimes we need to learn plenty of things that I am not interested in from school. It's hard to acquire pleasure during this process. More than hard, I will say it's almost close to impossible.
Yeah.
Yes. In China, most students learn English for exam, including me. I think I need to change my mind.
I think the thing about learning English is if you get to a level when you... Okay, I should put it like this. You know what? Let me say this in Chinese, okay? 我觉得哈，就是如果你把英语学好了，准备英语考试会非常容易。但是如果你学会了怎么准备英语考试，你学英语不会变容易多少。所以我觉得应该至少先用你各种喜欢的方式把英语学好，因为说真的方法真的太多了。你可以看电视剧，你可以玩游戏，你可以去跟外国人交流，你可以 我不知道读东西，你甚至可以刷国外的那种贴吧 Reddit 之类的东西，就是看那些表情包，你都能学到一大堆英语方法，真的太多太多了。如果先搞好这些，再去准备考试，会容易的多得多得多。
Someone said I tried using SuperMemo to prepare for exam, but I don't know what it's meant by compulsory study. Yeah, compulsory study is when you don't choose what to learn. Someone else is deciding this. Usually at the school, because it's in the curriculum.
I want to provide a little bit background for Huang. He's got like 3 months until the biggest exam of his life, the college entrance exam. Basically, just 3 months left, and he's been using SuperMemo for prepare for exam for like I think for 2 years until now.
Wow.
And I've seen his study streams. It is frankly really bad formulation for cards, at least in my opinion. I mean, he has his rationales for it's good for the exam somehow, and I respect that. But still, those are in terms of a SRS user, those are really bad formulation cards. Just the answers are way too long and sort of incoherent. And what do you think, Guillaume? He says he doesn't know what coercive learning is. Is it just rote memorization?
No, not necessarily. Compulsory study is when you study something that you don't decide.
Oh, that's a good way. Yeah, 他说强制学习就是你学，你没有办法决定，你没有办法决定你学习的内容。Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and about the formulation, usually it's bad, but it's because there's no time, because there's a lot of material to study and to memorize with little time. I did the same. I used Anki. It was not SuperMemo, it was Anki. But my cards were very bad quality because everything was short term. And once I passed the exam, I deleted the cards. So why wasting my time to create good quality cards if I will delete them anyways?
Oh, good one. I also want to add one. 那个王，你高考完之后，你觉得你会把你的整个学习集都删掉吗？我很好奇，你那些准备高考的SuperMemo集合，你会全删掉吗？
Well, I have used Anki for preparing some exams, and I have two kinds of card collections. One for exam and one for daily learning. For example, some place where I interested in, such as maybe some system design. And when I finish the exam, I will achieve 归档, to put them in a place I would probably never to touch. And for the thing I'm interested in, I will keep rewrite it and make it in SuperMemo again and again. And I will try to learn something by review it. Like Kung Fu Zi said that if you learn and you review it again and again, you will learn something new. That's it.
啊，温故而知新。你是想说这个吗
？Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Guillaume, I also want to add that the guy Huang, he says he's gonna delete some of the cards that he prepared for the college entrance exam, and the thing that he doesn't plan to delete those are because those are still needed in future exams.
Makes sense.
And
I delete all cards I make in high school, because lost knowledge is useless for me.
Yeah.
Oh, and also a little background as well. He actually made those cards for the public. He actually used to be selling those cards to all the other Chinese students, but then he made it public and well, because he's tired of answering all those questions. And yeah,
Okay.
what he meant by deleting all those cards, those are actually pretty good cards. I wouldn't lie, though, those are not bad at least.
Yeah, but that's a different issue. Is that the applicability becomes very low. So as he said, they become useless. Good quality, but useless for him. Because learning all of that was just to meet the goal of passing the exam. If he passes the exam, you achieve the goal, and therefore the cards are no longer needed. Because you were never interested on that to begin with.
But I think what Asuka Minato said also has a point that you should really put 2 collections, and maybe you can just stop using the school collection after you are done, but you really shouldn't just delete it. You can always come back to it, maybe reformulate that, maybe think of those are useful, or just use as sort of some sort of reference, you know.
Yeah. One question from Jared. I am looking for listening stuff to acquire English, but while what I'm interested are too difficult. What I can understand is too boring. So now the question is, how can I find something that is interesting for you, and that is in English? So it will be
good,
a language resource. And I think, Winston, you can answer this as well.
Yeah, I'll answer in Chinese.
Okay.
我觉得哈，首先这种情况好像真的挺尴尬的，可以想象。但是如果那些太难的东西，基本来说总是有办法的哈。你也用 link 嘛 ，link或者你可以把字幕搞下来，先读一遍，搞懂意思之后再一遍一遍看，然后就是这种怎么说？虽然你感兴趣的东西太难懂，但我觉得还是应该从感兴趣的东西开始。难懂的话可能会花一点时间，这个也有点取决于你到底有多感兴趣。你一般我觉得你要是特别感兴趣的话，你应该会很想搞懂。Yeah, I said if you're really interested, you really have a strong learn drive to understand it, and you could use some sort of tool for understanding subtitles and translating subtitles, and maybe link or software like that. And a lot of chat. Yeah, keep going. I was just going to say there's a lot of chats. Nice.
Yes, one question from Jigsaw and Juran. I'm using SuperMemo to import cards to do the problem recently. There is a book that recommends me to do the problem several times. Is this algorithm suitable? Okay, are you talking about math problems?
Yes, he's talking about math, I think.
Okay. Yeah, what is important with problems is that every time you repeat that card, you process. So you don't just memorize the answer. You try to repeat all the thinking. Oh, it's this solution, I have to do this because of this and that. Because the mistake I did a lot in the past is that I just memorized the answers. Bam, bam, bam. But that's not useful.
Okay. Yeah. I also want to translate some of the chat we missed.
Sorry.
Yeah, we missed some of them. So, well, someone asked what is forced learning, what is coercive learning, and well, we can get back to this later, because it is kind of true that for many people, learning is always coerced, and someone else, and Huang said, in exam he has to keep repeating those knowledge, and he thinks he just lost the novelties of the he just lost a sense of novelty of those knowledge and his curiosity. And Front says he just deleted all his Ankikata after the college entrance examination. So
yeah, so I that's one question I had, that perhaps people here never experienced free learning. They only know forced learning.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
therefore, for them, forced learning is learning in general, right?
Right. That's true. For most people, learning is always forced, coerced. You need a lot of willpower, a lot of discipline. You have to follow a time schedule. You have to pass exams, those kind of stuff.
Yeah. So make clear that they get these, that free learning, forced learning is when you don't. It is against your will, against your interest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in that case, what your goal will be different. So instead of trying to become free, which we can say it's impossible in your country, what you can do is what you just said, Winston, that your mind will be free, even if your environment is coercive. That is what Winston accomplished already. His mind is free.
Yeah.
So you will have to cram for exams to get a diploma and so on, but that doesn't mean that privately at home you can do whatever you want. Yeah. Okay. So thank you all, and bye bye. See you next time.
Bye bye. Adios.
Adios.
Okay, Guillaume, I just said something like free learning is sort of abstract, and everybody have different paths. Yeah.
Okay.
But in my opinion, if the traditional learning method is so inefficient, the student will waste too much time in their learning in school. They will have no time to think about how to free learning. So maybe we need to develop education technology for their students in school to improve their learning efficiency. Then they will have enough time to think about how to free learning.
Oh yeah, it's just to confirm what he said. That one issue is that they spend so much time at the school that they don't have time left to free learn.
Yeah. It's kind of the case for most parties. But in my opinion, you don't really need too many time for free learning. Okay.
Yeah, just a little.
You can do free learning 5 minutes a day, and it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, if you can communicate your own example how you do this, because you are a student, a full-time student, and you are free learning, right?
Yeah.
And you have top grades. I think you are first.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm probably still first, but I'm not sure. Since year 3, it's not really public, the ranking sort of stuff. Yeah.
So if you can,
but at least I'm the first in the first 2 years. Okay, I don't know. I'll try to put my thoughts together in English first. It's kind of easier for me.
Sure.
Yeah, I kind of don't know, frankly, because at that time I didn't really care too much about, like, I just learned whatever I want. I don't know. I mean, it's I sort of have a structure of doing stuff, because at that time I'm a little bit perfectionistic, sort of OCD'd, but I didn't really I wasn't really able to stick to a structure for a long time. If you know what I mean. Because, for example, if I have a timetable in a day and I follow that timetable, after a while I would give that up, and even though that's sort of a failed experience, but at least that just tells me just never repeat that mistake again. Never set your timetable like that again. And now it's more like, well, don't study like that again. It's my experience is practically telling me that those sort of stuff you couldn't do. So what I would say is I didn't learn too much about knowledge in the first years of the first, second, third years of my free learning. But what I definitely learned is what I definitely cannot do. You know, the things, there's some sort of learning habit you do would destroy your mental capacity of learning, your mental health. Yeah, if that makes sense. I don't think I talked about that too much before, Kia.
Yeah, I get your point. Yeah. If you want to translate this to them.
Yeah, of course. 对，我就觉得哈，我最开始自由学习几年，其实没有真的学多少东西，我就更多时间像是在犯错误，然后积累很多经验，告诉自己什么能做，什么不能做，所以，对。Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, Chinese is really a concise language.
Yeah, you're done already.
I'm really dumb. No, I'm not kidding. I'm actually translated pretty much anything.
Yeah, okay. Jigsaw is asking such a good question. If we can introduce some micro rules that we implemented in daily life. I'm assuming everyone here is familiar with micro rules.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Then what I will say is that don't try hard. Usually what will happen is that you will try too hard. So the goals, the micro rules, are very tiny details, very easy to accomplish. Okay.
Do you have any micro rules? I'm just curious because I don't have any.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I don't have any.
But what happens that I don't do this systematically, so I don't put this on SuperMemo and I create those rules. I do this for my conventions, but not for my rules. For instance, one micro rule is that before eating dinner, I want to walk my dog. Because if I don't do it, then later it's very cumbersome. I'm lazy. Right? That's it. I don't specify more than that. And it's just walking. That could be 10 minutes. You get my point?
Mm.
And let's say I'm interested in learning, I don't know, AutoHotkey. You know that now I have some issues with my keyboard because it's in a foreign language and so on.
Yeah. I'm
getting there slowly. I have one micro rule that when I do my repetitions and I'm getting bored, I will switch to AutoHotkey to try to solve this problem. I don't have any specific time, whatever. And sometimes it's just 2 minutes or 5 minutes. And this could apply to anything. If you want to start eating healthy, you want to eat less soda, less sugar. I don't know if people have some specific question about micro rules. It's just about learning, about life.
I just think it's kind of important. If you're gonna have any micro rules, just keep it like only for 1 minute or 2 minutes only.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not micro.
Even if it may sound like something very small, because it is kind of pointless because it's what 2 minutes will do, right? But that's an start. That is why it's called micro rules.
Yeah.
Because it's the size. So every time you do a little more than before, and eventually you will get there. But on top of that, it just happened because you're not trying too hard. I have a question for the polymaths. I read for pleasure rather than for academic sense. I'm out of the school for 2 years. Nice.
I want to answer a little bit. I don't think it's a problem. Buying way too many books and ending up not reading any of it. I don't think that's too big of a problem because, look, you're already noticing what's happening. I think you're already notice that, and you would have you would have this experience of choosing the books you don't really like, and then you would sort of learn more and more to be, I don't know, careful and more prudent in choosing books. So I don't think it's too much of a problem. You'll definitely improve over time. What do you think, Ian?
Yeah, I think just yesterday or 2 days ago, I shared one extract from Wozniak, Piotr Wozniak. Oh, here, one extract from Wozniak that from his past about speaking to one teacher, that he says that her sympathy evaporated instantly when I admitted to never have read one book. Sheer traders. I don't know what is, but one book.
I want to admit this, or I haven't read a single book like in 2 years. Yeah.
Let me paste this.
I wasn't able to. Actually, when I was sort of still reading books, I wasn't able to finish like any of them. And frankly, what's the point of finishing a goddamn book? You just get the sort of satisfaction of, okay, you read from top to bottom, but what do you remember? Like 5%? Yeah.
Yeah, so what happens is that now you don't finish most of the books you start. That doesn't mean it's something negative. It's that what is left to be read is not interesting. You won't get value for that. That's the extract.
Nice. I think introduce books over time is better, yeah.
Yes. You could import a lot of material at the same time, but I would suggest to only do it when you are fluent with SuperMemo. And
Nice. I love the expression.
Yeah, fluent, right?
Yeah, fluent. Like speaking a language, yeah.
I know that my channel is not the best example of this, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, no, it's a good opinion. You should definitely be, because probably the easiest incremental reading material is definitely Wikipedia. So books are sort of next level thing. Yeah, so you have to be a little bit more fluent in incremental reading
Not
first, I guess.
Oh yeah, sorry for interrupting.
But I have a question about, do you have a time when you put more cards to a deck, or increasing from a book to point out or select some knowledge, and it is for one time and too much card? Do you have some good points about what to do that? And I put those cards to sub decks, and yes, it's increased the review cards for one time, and I think not good for a long time.
I'm assuming you're using Anki. Okay, even though the question is that you are adding a lot of cards in a short period of time from a book, right? Winston?
那个你是在很短的一段时间内加了很多卡片吗？刚才那问题。
对，就是1次的时候有点多，这样的话其实不是很好。
对，你也可以再重复一下你问题，我其实有点没听懂，我帮你翻译一下。
要你帮我说一下吧，就是大概是这个1次的时候，因为你读这个增量阅读的时候，增加的卡片过多，这个在很短的一段时间内，它是其实会把这个复习的量大增加的。就大家有没有什么其他比较好的看法？
所以你用 SuperMemo 是吧？不是 Anki。
我是用 Anki， 但是我切换了好几个。
那你刚才说的增量阅读是 SuperMemo 还是 Anki 的？因为还是区别很大的。
SuperMemo 的这个思想，但是加到 Anki 里面，就是说我把一些问题设成这个问题和答案，然后进行提问的方式。
我帮你翻译一下。 Okay, he's using Anki, all right. So he's basically having the problem of adding too many cards at one time from a book or something, and he wonders if there's any good way of prioritization in Anki,
Yeah,
which I have no idea.
In Anki you don't have this, but what
Yeah.
what you can do is limit the amount of cards you get daily, which by default it's 20.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so
所以只要我先翻译I will translate first. 所以就是你一天限制你只需要20张卡片，可能是稍微好一点的办法，或者你可能自己就是尝试一下什么数字自己更合适，差不多找到这种习惯。Yeah, go ahead.
这英文我能听懂，谢谢。
yeah, so
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
just to specify more is that even if you create a lot of cards in one single day, that doesn't mean you will see that all of those cards that day or tomorrow. So let's put numbers. You create 100, but you could see just 20 today, 20 tomorrow, and so on. Because if you review them all in one single day, you will see those again in 2 days, 4 days, and so on.
Yeah.
The amount of DU cards will be unmanageable in a few weeks or months. And I know that because I was doing thousands of reviews every single day.
Yeah. Oh my god, I was guilty of that as well when I was first starting on Anki. Yeah. Basically, I was at a point where I just either I was awake or I was using either I was asleep or I was using Anki.
Okay. There is a point of view that speed repetition cannot create thoughts, but only remember other people's thoughts. What do you think? Okay. I also thought that for many years, but what you can also do in SuperMemo is what is called incremental writing. And that is your own thoughts, which may be based on other people's thoughts, but you are producing your own input there with a small degree of creativity. What may happen is that you are used to have exams and just cram what other people are telling you. Outputting through incremental writing is a great way to use Feynman learning to enhance comprehension and memory. Yes, and it's not limited to that. You can even do more. I would like to discuss issues related to knowledge generalization. SuperMemo only allows knowledge to enter the mind, but how to use the knowledge in the brain, I think it needs to rely on generalization ability. I want to know everyone's views on the usage of knowledge, on the use of knowledge. Nice. Yeah, the key is generalization. Memory generalization, and when you can apply this knowledge. Let's wait for Winston to get back and translate. Sometimes I feel like the incremental writing workflow is not as smooth in SuperMemo. How do you implement it? I think when I find there is something common between cards, I will make new cards for it. Nice. That is what I call a connection item.
Using incremental writing to sort of output and using Feynman's technique. Yeah, I assume you know Feynman's technique, right?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, Feynman's technique.
Yeah, I haven't used it, but yes, I have read about this.
Well, frankly, it's really easy to use it. You just explain things to the simplest. That's using it. Frankly, every learner or teacher or educator is at some point using it. Also, Lee is saying something related to generalization. You know, his Chinese is really advanced. I'm not really understanding that too much, but I'll try.
Okay.
Knowledge generalization.
Yes, when you internalize the ideas, you fully understand it.
Yeah.
It's when you forget that
That word is probably generalization, and he says SuperMemo is. I don't know what he means by letting knowledge enter the brain. Does he mean that by a cramming way or?
No, I think. Yeah. Allow knowledge to enter the mind. I think it's just to retain, to remember.
Retain. Okay.
Yeah. That's my reading. Can you ask if there's people here that is keeping a journal? Is writing a journal?
What kind of journal? Well, because there aren't really a good translation of journal, frankly.
Oh yeah.
There are too many kinds.
What gratitude journal or what you did today? So this kind of thing.
大家有这种我不知道感恩笔 OK， 我觉得 gratitude journal 我不知道大家有没有知道这种是啥，大概就是每天也有很多 OK there's way too many kinds of gratitude journal. There are the kinds that are not good. For example, just forcing yourself to be I don't know, grateful for stuff, or there's the one that are pretty useful. For example, the one in Huberman Lab podcast where you imagine or relive the stories of people who being grateful.
Yeah, the last one. I trust your judgment, so you can decide yourself.
I can assure you that no one uses it. Yeah.
Okay, but just for the record.
Okay, fine. 大家有谁听过 Huberman Lab Podcast 那种 Huberman 那种感恩笔记吗？就是想象一个故事，然后就是想象一个跟感恩相关的故事，然后可以说，其实就简单说，它可以激活你大脑里的感恩回路，然后对你的血清素系统和多巴胺系统也有好处。总之，就是 Huberman Lab 的那个东西。什么叫感恩回路？我感觉我也解释的不是很清楚。Can we not stay on this? Can we not stay on this topic? Why do you want to talk about this all of a sudden?
Oh, that's because it's related to creativity and writing.
How is it related to gratitude journal?
Journal, but the goal is not for gratitude, just to record or what you do or not to do every day and keep track what you do so you can keep track of it.
Yeah, that's a journal, yes.
Yeah, I keep it, but not for gratitude.
Yeah, okay, don't worry about
Makes
this.
Sense.
We can discard the gratitude journal, don't worry.
Yeah. This gratitude journal is something really, really, really new. I don't even fully understand the mechanisms behind it. Let's just stay on this journal thing.
Yeah. So it's because if you do a journal, you have to write. It's more creative. You're not just repeating what you read, right? You are making those sentences yourself. Maybe he want to ask how to practice knowledge memorized in daily life.
Okay, I'm really at a loss. Which chat? Which one are talking about? I seem to miss quite a bit.
Yeah, the last from Jigsaw.
Okay. Oh, okay. He's talking about the message sent by Lee.
Okay, and this.
Lee, you gotta make your Lee， 拜托了，让你的，我真的有点看不懂你说的东西，能不能试着举个例子？因为你说的很多东西，说实话，我听得有点抽象。你说知识运用什么样的知识？就是泛化的不同的知识又有不同的泛化。至于进入头脑，这个进入头脑又是那种偏行动的知识，还是偏理论的知识？ 所以我不知道，我感觉你可能需要个更好的例子。I was telling him maybe maybe he needs an example for his message. It's a little bit difficult for me to understand.
Okay. Do you have one yourself in Chinese, or you only do it in English?
Oh, me? What?
Yes. Do you have?
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Do you have some sort of journal?
Oh yes, I have. Yeah, I do. I do Stoic style journaling.
Nice.
So which is why I ask you, what kind of journal? There are just a million ways to do journaling. It's a completely different discipline almost. Journalology. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But that's true. There are ways to do journal that is just good for well, there's like study journal where you just take notes, or there are writing journals for general ideas. There are also journals to record daily life. There are journals to record your most intimate thoughts. And,
I think that is lost in translation, because I think that the person, I don't remember who was, that for journal it's like logging all the activities you did, like what you do on plan. Yeah, but that's not what I exactly meant.
Also, I would want to say that journal, the word comes from French word jour, so that's related to day. So this word's direct translation in Chinese would be 日记, but that's more like diary. So the direct translation just get lost in all the other things, because 日记 or diary only means like what you do in a day.
Yeah.
Okay. And frankly, most Chinese students would probably have a very bad, or would have really bad memory of this word, because some Chinese students in primary school in very young years they're forced to take diaries.
Oh, wow. Okay, good to know.
Those are the worst. I remember in my youngest age, I used to like making diaries, but after the teacher forced me to write diary, I have to keep two diaries. So one is for really what I did, like how much fun I had, but the other one is like full of positive energy, like communist government is the best, my next school is the best, blah blah blah, and so on. That's for school. So,
I see.
Yeah, I also have a very bad memory for diary thingy.
Okay. If it's better for you, can we go chronological order by comments, so we don't skip any comment, even if we interriff a little the topics? So
I don't know, because there are too many chats here.
Yeah, it's because we'll get back to this, your stoic journal.
I want to reply this semester.
Yeah. Because Asuka Minato said something interesting, that we may discover something similar by repeating something. And what may happen is that you may do something today, and you may repeat it in the future. But the next repetition perhaps is different, because your mindset changed, now you have more knowledge than before, and so on.
You know, I really like the thing on Jigsaw's screen, you know, where it's translating it.
Yeah, the live translate. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. Also, did you see my handwriting lesson? Yeah.
Okay, let me scroll down. What is that? Is that calligraphy?
Guys. After this, we're gonna talk about this masturbation.
Okay.
I love this. I have no idea anyone's gonna talk about this, but
yeah, we had to do like an hour or two.
Oh wow, coercive diary writing. Wow. Could you please tag me with the name in Chinese? I want to Google this.
What? I don't think there's a Chinese way to say it.
Okay.
I mean, it's It's probably just cursive and diary. 强制写日记. It's basically just. Okay, I'll just type it in case.
Okay, there's one question that perhaps Winston may want to cover.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow, such a question. How do you balance masturbation in life?
Yes, I want to talk about this. This is really unexpected, and okay, I'm just curious. Does Wozniak talk about this? Does Wozniak talk about sex,
Yes.
masturbation, and
not masturbation, but he says that learning is like sex. There's one.
yes, I remember that. I
analogy.
want his opinion on actual sex, not learning as a metaphor for.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I
Find a
don't
girlfriend.
know if that topic is taboo in China.
Oh yes, that's. Have you heard of the NoFap community on Reddit?
No.
Jake, maybe you know that.
Yeah, they're all crazy.
Yes, they are crazy. Believe it or not, there's a similar community in China. Oh my god. What?
Then that is not translated. Okay. This. Okay. Oh, this is really awkward. Oh wow. But may I ask what is the motivation? It's because you feel a stress.
Yeah.
You feel a stress because you're studying and cramming for exams and you need a quick relief.
Well, in that case, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. I mean, come on, masturbation is not unhealthy. Let's face it.
Yeah. People are not translating. I have to use. What is that? Journaling. Yeah. That is. Oh, thank you.
My parents would beat me to death.
And what is that? That means compulsory journaling. Nice. Micro rules: never watch porn before you sleep.
Yes,
That will be
but that's not really a micro rule.
that is because it disrupts your circadian rhythm, right? I'm
Watch
guessing.
porn? Yeah, definitely.
Juan, what is the translation?
I mean,
Okay.
if you watch porn with, eyes closed and
Such a good point from Juan. That I think it's helpful to learn more about sex education.
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
area is rare. I don't get that. Perfunctory in China.
perfunctory is, it's sort of superficial and people
Okay.
don't really.
So I'm assuming
Yeah.
You're lacking fundamental knowledge about sex in the school.
Yeah.
So that's a topic. You can use internet and research what it is, and so on. Always, I'm assuming using VPN because everything will be censored.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a topic you can use free learning, for instance, because you won't cover this at the school.
Also, I feel like growing up, people I know do really have sort of really different opinions on sex and I don't know,
Yeah.
those kind of stuff.
Okay.
I mean, the girls I dated really, they are just really different on the opinions of sex.
Could you translate?
One. Okay. What?
Could you translate this that you could use free learning to learn more about sex?
Oh yeah.
And masturbation?
对，你可以用自由学习来。那考试没有人，你可以用自由学习来给自己进行性教育，怎么或者这种方面的学习。就是我突然想起之前有人在那个 Wozniak YouTube 频道下面说，我有40个 T 的，我有40个 T 的，我有40个 T 的黄片，然后可不可以导到 SuperMemo 里面鉴定？Okay, Guillaume, I was just remembering that someone commented on Wozniak's channel that he's got like 40 terabytes of porn, and you wonder if you can incrementally.
No, He said porn, but wasn't replied low quality content.
Yes, low quality content. I love that part.
Oh yeah, something that Jake commented. A good question. Is people here after studying? Do you exercise? Do you do some degree of exercising?
Oh, yeah. Now I exercise 4 hours a day. I feel great.
Yeah, if you can ask this, if they are sitting the chair
Oh,
all
OK.
day long.
大家运动嘛？大家运动的频繁吗？经常你们一天学习的话，经常坐椅子上吗？还是经常运动啊之类的？运动频繁吗？
What are you doing for 4 hours a day?
Walking,
Play
running.
ping pong every day.
that's
well,
good.
Shanghai currently has some workout restriction, and currently some school has 封校 has closed themselves to restrict the students from going out. So it's kind of hard to go around, and I daily programming and debug program is you often forget the time, but I will keep exercise as I can. 就是最近不是上海又开始封了嘛，就各种，
我们这儿也是。
然后就很难出去。
在校区，
Here
我们好歹校区里有个操场。
我的话，因为我是居家的，就外面就我也不知道去哪，就发现我去哪个地方，然后就 have a yellow 那个healthy code, and I will be restrict my travel and some kind of sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting in chair for a long time. I have tried to push up for several times, but it's too tired. I can't stand up. I'm just sitting in chair for a long time, about 5 to 8 hours a day. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish we have Paul here. I mean, the no chair guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you will say this in Chinese? The chairless.
the one who doesn't use chair.
Okay, let's see
Probably.
translation.
Yeah.
Oh, the translation is so fast. Nice. So more or less, people are exercising. Nice.
Yeah,
Good.
that's good. Jake, we in where I live, it snowed again. It's the entire playground is covered in snow. I probably cannot do any running for like a few days. It's kind of a downside living in the north.
Why don't you build a snowman?
Oh yeah, there are people building snowmans.
Get to work.
Hey, Winston, can you talk about the benefits of not using a chair?
Oh yeah. Okay, I think to summarize, the benefit is just when you don't use chairs, you're exercising all the time. You know, every 3 to 5 minutes, probably you need to switch your position. That's like a little bit of exercising. And just by that little bit of moving, you keep your brain active. You keep blood flow clear. You increase oxygen supply in your brain. You would just be doing that. You would have longer times of focus and alertness.
Nice. Good.
I'll be saying that in Chinese.
Yep.
所以不用椅子的话，你大概3到5分钟就会动一下，然后光这动一下的过程，如果你隔这么点时间就动一下，你其实一天下来锻炼量也挺大的。然后你这样做的话，你学习的时候动不动动一下，能确保你大脑供氧量够、供血量够之类的。所以你至少我的经验是不用椅子， 你这样时不时的动一下，能够一直保持很高的专注度，那种清醒力。Also, it's a little bit difficult for me to not use chairs in campus because, well, back home I have a tatami, so yeah, I can just sit in the ground like a typical Japanese. Yeah, also back home I have a katana, so
Oh, katana.
yeah, so I can pretend to be a Japanese if you want. Konnichiwa.
Yeah, naruhodo. Using chair will cause you to lie down.
Do you still speak any Japanese?
Yeah, a little. Lie down, casually rushing efficiency. We have tried to write code without a chair.
It's not standing. It's not standing. It's sitting down like a Japanese. 那种日式坐，不是站式坐的，是日式坐。
Yeah, let me find a better picture with a person. No, that's stand up. It's sitting on the floor.
Just don't stand. Standing too much is not natural.
Yeah.
Sitting on the floor is very natural, like a hunter-gatherer.
And that's the position.
Standing too long is not good.
And that's the position I use. The last image is the position I use for sitting on the floor.
Rigor mortis.
Sorry.
Yeah, so if you study a lot of time every day, I will consider the sitting position. Not just for health.
Oh, wow.
But you will.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, his setup is kind of nice. Jared's. I don't know. Part of it.
Oh, let me see. It's not translating this.
His desk. He posted a picture of his desk.
Yeah. Nice. And I see that the screen is very far.
Yeah, it's kind of far.
Yeah,
it kind of looks small.
Jigsaw says he's run out of credit.
Yeah, the translation, the on-screen translation software, it has a time limit.
Okay. I don't know if we have escaped some questions before.
Yeah. Let's
review.
-10 social credit score.
Exercise, the masturbation.
Yeah. Okay. 大家如果我们有漏掉什么问题，或者大家可以再发一下的。Yeah, I just told them to resend the question if you miss any.
我有一个特别想问的问题啊。就是帮我翻译一下，待会儿就是说，对我自己来说，有3个影响自律的3大影响自律的一个方面。第一个就是过早的娱乐，第二个就是缺乏睡眠，第三个就是我特别想讨论的就是一个血糖波动的一个水平。就我自己平时经常的饭后，然后血糖波动很厉害。然后当然这个时候又不想午睡，然后导致我整个的这么一个学习效率啊、专注程度啊，这种各种的，就是会下降嘛。就是说你们是怎么来控制血糖水平的
？Jigsaw said he has 3 main problems of affecting his level of self-control. First is too early entertainment. I guess playing games too early in the day, and second is lack of sleep, and the third, the one he wants to talk about most is he has like sometimes fluctuating blood sugar levels that might affect his thinking and his mood in general. So what do you do like to counter this kind of blood sugar fluctuating problems?
Yeah, first I will have to ask his diet, what he eats.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming this sugar issue is related to the diet.
对，所以基本就是控制你的饮食。像我个人的话，我不吃任何碳水，我不吃任何糖，我不吃任何加工食品，所以我血糖几乎就没什么好波动的。就吃完了一顿饭之后就稳定上升，我一天几乎真的都没什么血糖波动。然后你至于说，我觉得你之前说的那几个，首先睡觉没睡够了吗？补一觉就好了。然后娱乐太早的话，我就大早。
对，前两项还是比较容易解决，但是就是第三碳水嘛，就是咱们中餐嘛，
不吃，
米饭。
不吃。虽然我从来不，我已经好多年没有吃米饭了。就是不要吃中餐，我觉得，就是你吃中餐也可以，你尽可能多吃那点蔬菜啦，或者就偏肉多一点的，然后偏高纤维的那些蔬菜的话，那些不会让你血糖怎么波动。但是如果你吃碳水的话，就不行了。
就是就类似于那种麦片啊那种东西吗？
那国内的话，如果是饭堂啊，或者说外卖的话，外卖可能会点一些健康的沙拉什么的。那饭堂的话，
我们学校已经不让点外卖了。
啊，那你现在怎么办？
吃食堂没有办法，但是我在食堂里也只能尽量选一点那种中餐里面肉多的。其实今天饭吃了一半出来跟你们语音，我也不知道为什么吃的那么慢。我翻译一下啊，刚才说那些。Okay, Guillaume, we just talk about how Chinese food is basically just carb based, carbohydrate based, and really sort of, well, if you eat in a university cafeteria, it's basically just full of carbs, and it's probably bad for your general mood and alertness and clarity in thinking, I suppose. So what I said basically, if you have to eat Chinese food, well, first of all, don't eat any rice and just keep your diet to be mostly protein based. Maybe eat something high fiber. What do you think? Do you have anything to add?
Yes, but perhaps do you have access to other cuisine? Because perhaps.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's
definitely.
It's affordable and easy to get. Something that is not
affordable, maybe not, but easy, yeah, it's definitely. But well, for example, maybe it's a little bit more expensive in the southern cities. But actually, in my case, what I want to say is my school just banned our takeout food because the big COVID break, and my school is currently just horribly isolated, and I have to eat at the school cafeteria. Yeah, whatever, I'll manage.
Yeah, so because the issue is that the typical cuisine is very high in carbs, but not only that, the carbs are not complex, so they digest super fast.
Yes.
I don't know how it's called in English. The opposite of complex.
Simple carbs.
Yeah, simple carbs or refined carbs. That is what speaks the blood sugar.
Yep. Yes. Okay, I don't think I need to translate that. They all know that. It's basically just rice that raises your blood sugar.
But you could eat. I don't know if it's available. The what's called wool something rice. Wool. Give me a second, I will Google that.
Maybe brown rice?
Well, yeah, related to brown.
Oh, yeah, steamed Chinese food, yeah.
Yeah, whole grain rice.
Oh, I just missed a lot of chat. I don't think it's important eating breakfast at all. I haven't been eating breakfast for like 2 years. No, wait, a year and a half probably. I mean, hypoglycemia is also a myth. It's really a myth that well, if you, for most people, having hypoglycemia is a result of like you having too much carbs and or you just used up very quickly and then you get those kind of hypoglycemia. But if we eat fat and proteins to make sure your blood sugar level increase steadily, it wouldn't be a problem. Sausage powder. Intestines powder, rather. Yeah, would you want to try that?
I don't know what he's referring to. What is sausage powder?
It's a food in southern China, which well basically just carbs, but there are some sausage style lining in it. Frankly, I don't have too much idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not aware of these.
Oh yeah, and
Sausage noodles is carbonated. The counterexample. Yeah, by the way, for instance, today I have eaten spaghetti, if you remember.
Yeah, of course.
And you went away. I have to go to the restroom, and now I have diarrhea.
No, we don't.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to add. No, we don't need any carbohydrates. Okay, Lee said a moderate amount of is necessary. No, it's not. There are essential proteins. Oh no, there are essential amino acids. There are essential vitamins, but there's absolutely zero essential carbohydrates. Why? Because your body can make your own glucose. There's a process probably called gluconeogenesis. Probably I don't remember it too well.
Do it yourself.
Yeah, can you tell them the hunter-gatherer diet?
Hunter-gatherer.
Yeah,
what's that about?
Yeah, before when many years ago, hunter-gatherers.
Oh yeah, meat.
They were almost not eating carbs. The only carbs they got were from some plants, but that was a very tiny proportion of the diet.
There's a tribe that survives off honey for about 6 months of the year.
Yeah, but that will be an outlier, I'm assuming. But,
that will definitely be an outlier, yes.
Outliner is called?
Outlier. Yeah.
I mean, in the medieval times, a lot of people had a diet of like solely butter, potato, and porridge.
Can you ask to people if they choose what to eat?
What?
Do you usually choose what to eat, or there's a menu at the school or at home, and let's say you have a coercive diet?
Ooh,
no.
They're nice. They are nice.
I would definitely say no. I mean, at cafeteria you have a menu, but for most high school, for most universities, those are pretty diverse. So
okay,
nowhere near coerced actually.
Oh yeah, I'm just asking. I don't want to take information for granted.
I mean, I can confirm that for you, but if you want me to translate that,
no worries.
Do you want me to translate that? Yeah.
No need.
Okay.
If it's going to have variety, then. For instance, I had at home, my parents decided what to eat every single day.
Oh, that's horrible.
So I had to choose. Today is potatoes. You eat it?
I see. I see what you mean. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can ask them this way then. Yeah.
Okay.
大家一般都对自己的食物有选择权嘛，像你在家里，你一般能自己选择吃什么，或者对，就是在家里，这个我也挺好奇。一般我在家里的话，我总是会帮着做菜什么的，所以基本我都会有选择权自己吃啥。Yeah.
I'm not good at choosing my diet, and so I will just tell my mother 说随便。
Whatever.
Since I don't want to bother about thinking what to eat, and I have kind of choice difficulty 那个选择困难症，我不知道怎么翻啊，就是
Yeah.
hard to choose what I want to eat and
我在
I
家
even don't know I
父
want
母煮
just
什
to
么就吃
eat
什么。
and
但是在外面的
I
话，
will
就是说，有外卖真的很难挑。我之前有试过那个去1688，因为那个蛋白粉嘛，在淘宝上特别贵，300-400块钱，甚至1000上千那种都有，所以我就去那个1688买这种原料的那个蛋白粉，原料的那种，然后很便宜，好像是不到100块钱一袋，但是它就是新蛋白嘛，然后会不会有蛋白质，这样子。
talk about the 这个蛋白粉，我还不知道英文叫 protein powder 吧
Protein powder probably.
powder. I have bought some from 拼多多啊，
我有个想问，就是那个老外是
OK，大家一个来，大家一个来。你先，刚才说一半的那个蛋白 protein powder 说一半的。
我刚才想问，就是
一个来好吗
？OK。
但是蛋白粉谁说一半啊？不好意思，我声音认不出来。
不好意思，
这个手。
那继续so I continue and so don't just because the price is low and buy
蛋白
them
粉
and I
去专门1688挑蛋白粉比较便宜，然后
because I have tasted
你能让他说吗？OK， just keep it going. Yeah. OK， ask Minato， 是你吗？飞鸟什么的？
是yeah. So
Yeah.
can I continue? Okay.
Yeah.
And I found that the cheap price is mostly 豆浆。it tastes just like 豆浆。So I have eat sometime and I try to exercise with taking some protein powder and exercise at night and it kind of have some effect, but exercise is not so interesting. And after that, I have asked someone who 撸铁，我也把这个some who is very interesting exercise, and they and he tells me that you can just eat eggs and milk. They are animal proteins, and they very cheap,
That's
and
right.
they are they have big amount of protein in a kind of lower price, contrast to the protein powder, and then
yes, absolutely.
and I so I didn't buy the powder again because it's too expensive.
OK， 我先用中文回答一下啊。首先，你需要的就是那9种必备氨基酸就够了。他说的确是对的，基本所有动物蛋白的蛋白质量都是特别高的，而蛋白质量就取决于你那个9种必备氨基酸含量高不高。所以这是为什么你吃植物蛋白比不上吃动物蛋白，因为植物蛋白的氨基酸一般都不是很全，然后蛋白粉一般都会给你配全，但是你没错，你的确吃动物蛋白就好了。Yeah, and I'm curious, Guillaume and Jake, do you eat those kind of things? Protein shake, protein powder?
I do not.
No, they have too much sugar.
But
they have sugar?
I don't know, but I don't do it because they are highly processed.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not natural.
Yeah.
I have heard that they are very high glycemic index. A lot of the ones I've seen have I think they're about 10% sugar.
Wow. That's horrible.
I was looking at the supermarket the other day, reading the back.
That's because they add flavor. So you can get vanilla flavor and so on. So therefore they have to add sweet taste and so on.
Yeah, I couldn't really find any sugar-free ones.
Because it will taste awful.
Yeah, it will. I was looking online as well. It doesn't look like any companies really sell the sugar-free ones, except a few really obscure ones.
Have you
But
ever
I
tried?
can only imagine how horrible they taste.
Yeah, have you ever tried hard-boiled eggs and have them for a while on the fridge? They will smell really bad really quickly. That's why a protein shake with no sugar or something will smell really bad.
Hmm.
Yeah. Then I
Yeah,
started talking.
because those things would get oxygenated, I think.
Winston, I think Jigsaw was also speaking before.
Yeah, for some reason Jigsaw cannot hear the other one. I don't know why.
Okay. Then ask him
So
Jigsaw if he can ask the question or.
yeah, just keep it going. Yeah.
I have remembered that. Of course, we have choose to what we want, and the sentence. A family got that the reason parents have become what they eat is because they can buy and they can choose what they want. I think it really interesting. 就是那个这个父母不挑食的原因，是因为他想吃什么就可以买什么。
Oh yeah, and what you said about parents choosing food, that's the same case for most Chinese.
That they choose the
apparently.
Food. Yeah, so you don't have freedom of changing the diet.
At home, yes, sometimes. But for me, well, for some families, for me, when I was at home, I almost always joined the cooking process. So yeah.
Okay, so good to know. So there will be some people who cannot change the diet even if they want to, just because their parents or someone said grandma decides what to eat.
Yeah. This is kind of horrible because grandma probably often has very bad diet choices. This is kind of really horrible because what you eat directly affected how you would perform or your brain, you know. You're gonna find your own power. You're gonna be free eating.
What? Prisoner
Exactly,
of
we
fitness?
cannot get power.
Okay, so I see we're going to the path of nutrition. So just to confirm that no one has any other questions that we may have missed in the process.
Yeah, sure. I'll ask everybody again. 大家有什么我们漏掉问题吗？现在？
那个，我有一个想跟大家讨论的问题，就是这个，因为我最近发现做这个数学的题的时候，有一个非常好的感受是，当遇到问题或者是卡的时候，就赶紧做一张卡片，这样其实是非常好的。就是，当遇到了问题，然后这个问题就是可以把这个当前的问题做成一个设问。然后把一个大的完整的数学题拆分成若干个想不起来的、不知道下一步应该怎么做的这个点，去逐个的解决，这样是非常好的。我不知道大家有没有类似的体会啊？同时这个问一下，这位外国朋友就是，we do mathematical problems. In many problems, we can, if we get stuck, it's good time to record a point. And I think it feels so good to try to solve small problem, and finally we can solve the big problem. 对，大概是这样的意思。就其他朋友们有没有类似的这样的一些看法什么的？
类似把数学大问题拆成小问题，有没有问题吗？还是？
对， 我是这样，就是这样的一个理解的，对。我想听听大家的这
觉得我个人觉得没什么问题，只要你确保你每个小问题你懂它的题目这个语境就好了。我帮你翻译一下。Jake, you might be having opinions on this. Someone asked, is it good to make mathematical cards by dividing a long question answer, or some sort of approving process into many little steps and making cards from each and one of those steps? Jake?
It's best to not be rigorous. Remember the steps that you would take to get there, but not so much the exact steps and calculations. So, sort of understand a general method, the general sort of steps you would take, but don't focus on memorizing every single step and every single piece of notation in this specific problem. It's more about the general idea of the steps you'd take to solve a problem of this type, and not so much this specific problem. Even if it is a proof, it's better to remember more general outlines of the proof, a non-rigorous thing, which is almost step by step, but it's basically enough for you to recreate the proof yourself at will, if that makes sense.
Nice. I love this. I'll translate that. 他说的是
证明还是就是对于证明的这个问题还是
不，他就是如果你无论是证明还是做题目，就是你最好有一个那种有一个你脑子里有个大致的框架，你脑子里像是知道题怎么做。换句话说，你应该记住的是记住一个框架，然后把这个框架记住之后，你做类似的题能够用这个框架做出来。所以你要想办法做的是，就是如果你要把题目做成卡片的话，尽可能把题目怎么说简单化，尽可能总结一下，尽可能总结成几个一步一步的那种，知道吧？你可以通过这个步骤推回题目，而不是反过来。就是说你意思说你不用太纠结细节。
哦，
我觉得这个说挺有道理，就是你做数学的话，学会一个思路最重要嘛。
是这样，是这样。
那我有一个疑问，就是说，我记得有篇文章有提到一个概念，就是说，你会一个知识不代表你不会失误。那这个情况下会怎么解决？就是一个点你经常容易失误，虽然说你知道，那能不能通过重复来去解决这个问题呢？
About this, I have a similar dilemma in programming, and this is a very famous problem. Even someone called Gao Dena have said that. And we know that in programming there's a method called 二分, which means you want to find a number in a range. You just check it is in the higher part or lower part, and you will continue this process, and you will find the number. But it's very hard to write it right. So, and this is a very real problem.
Well, Guillaume, look at this.
Yeah.
They made a little meme.
Let's see. Winston. Wait. Oh wow! What is his face? I don't recognize the face.
I don't know. That's what it's some sort of Chinese meme, I suppose.
Okay, nice. I'm flattered.
I'm flattered as well. I've never been made a part of meme before.
And what I notice is that most people here are using nicknames that are not in Chinese.
Yeah, I don't even know who they are.
Yeah, for instance, Jigsaw. and something else. I don't know what it says after it. And that's pretty much
That's
it.
sun and fresh air.
Sunshine and
Sunlight
fresh
and fresh air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I made my nicks in Chinese, but I see that no one is doing this.
Well, they just know me as Winston because that's my online handle.
Yeah, but I mean everyone
That's
else.
also my English name.
Yeah, everyone
that's
else.
also the name I use in school. Yeah. And
oh, you use this in school as well? Okay.
yeah, well, my school requires an English name, so when I went on to SMWiki Discord, I just keep on using this one.
Oh wow! So you're even coerced to use an English name? Okay.
Or not really. But the reason why I chose this name is definitely a reference to 1984. So yeah, so of course.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. So now that there's no translation. Oh, is there?
yeah, we should wrap up.
Yeah, we should wrap up.
If
Yeah.
you want.
We can do another chat next time. Any other time.
Yeah.
With a different bot.
This one seemed to be going great, but the bot thing is definitely annoying.
Yeah. So. Yeah, go ahead. Lead the way.
What, wrapping up, you mean?
Yeah,
We should just wrap. We can just wrap up, like, now. Done. Wrapping up. Everybody gone.
but
Yeah.
not like this. At least if they want to say something.
Oh, yeah, of course.
The same thing I do on the podcast. Like.
Yeah. All right. Does anybody want to say? 大家有想说什么吗？哦，好累啊！我的天，走了好久。
Okay, I'm assuming not. So
Yeah, we can wrap up.
if you can translate this, that I'm very glad of this opportunity, and also to tolerate the waiting time with the translation and so on. So I appreciate your patience and your time.
好的 ，OK。What he just said is，他说，他很感谢这个机会，能这样聊一次天，就差不多就这个意思，你们听得懂的。
Okay. Little
Yeah, okay.
It's getting awkward again, bro.
下次我会练好英语再来。
Yeah, he says he's gonna come back with better English next time.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Winston is awesome. Winston voice is great. Thanks. Yeah, you have approval. Social approval.
Yes.
It's sexy.
No.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. My voice is sexy,
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Of course, every Spanish have a sexy voice.
So glad to be here. And I think in Chinese it's just called bye-bye, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
But it's too harsh to say it like this.
No, it's okay.
Oh,
It's okay. It's like ciao.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you all,
Yeah.
and bye-bye. See you next time.
Bye bye. Adios.
Adios.